Scout College by week is selected. Scout practice available. Manage staff is select. Manage roster. Advance week is selected. Home you have two options. Next week is selected. Scout College Breakout RB Scout Upgrade players. Entering player upgrades. Entering. Attention pop-up. Are you sure you want to auto-upgrade all players? No. Yes. Entering. Attention pop-up. 2 players were upgraded. Okay. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Scout College. Manage staff. Manage roster. Play season game is select. Home you have 4 options. Entering team select screen. The San Francisco 49ers, the home team, are selected. Ready?
Alright, we got the 49ers.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Rams and the Niners, coming up next.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they too come in off the bye, so we should have 2 teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
Entering supers. Entering. New moment detected. Pop-up 6-11 first QTR. Big first quarter drive. Take the lead. Skip moment. Play moment. Skip moment. Entering super sim screen. You have 4 options. Custom play options is jump to next play. Jump forward. Jump to custom play options. You have 6 options. Second ampersand 4 on LAR. Jump to next. You have 6 options. Second ampersand 4 on LAR. 22 is selected. Entering play. Entering play call screen. Cross drag. Entering franchise screen. You have 7 options. Resume is challenge. Super sim. Stats. Coaching. Options. Quit game is selected. Entering exit game pop-up bar. Yes, exit to menu. Entering start your season screen. Play now. Learn face of the franchise. Play now. Face of learn to play. Play with friends. Roster and play settings. Roster play. Play now. Ultimate franchise is selected. Entering pop-up. Resume. Delete. Resume. Delete. Resume.
Back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. You haven't missed a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff.
Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Coming off everyone's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss, as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 3 cloud, overload 3 scheme.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So 3rd down, and defensively, the Rams have added 2 extra DBs. From the gun, it's Lance. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, you know, turn off the film, just be you, enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Cross button.
Stafford on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Inside
the Rams at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. Stafford to his #1 guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, he's going to be a veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Stafford.
R1 button. Triangle button.
That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 19. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
PHP dive.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Stafford going to give this to Akers. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Gonna run the sweep here. This is Kupp. Oh, he shifts past him. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon.
Let's go, Ramley.
So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Spread.
Yellow, line, black swap.
Oh, what a move. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Entering play call. Cover 1. Trio Sky Zone.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football
Entering
here to begin
call,
the second quarter.
As
they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Cover 2 man, under smoke. Over storm brave. Man double bus. Cover 6 inver.
Ready.
Seam flat.
Here's the option play now to the left. A short gain here, maybe
Entering
a yard
call,
to the 29.
Suggestions. There are 6
Anytime you decide to use your
categories.
quarterback as a runner,
Man
most of the
double
time when you design a
bus.
play, you're
Over
expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 cat. Return right, return left.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Calling a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Another catch for
toe tap.
drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're
It
going to
said his
utilize
square. I
him in
heard
the
him hit
backfield
square,
any way they
and
can.
I
that
did a
time
toe
they
tap
pick up a
to
first down.
pick
So
up
now
all
on
them yards.
defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Entering play call, coach suggests stick. Zone fig jet.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 puck or nurse top. AHP zone double, puck or nurse top. AHP zone, pug corner post.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Off of play action.
Circle
Here's
button.
Stafford.
Circle button.
Open man is
Triangle button.
Atwell, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Categories. You have 30 options.
Cool under
Inside
pressure
zone
right
is
there,
selected.
escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his
Inside
primary
zone.
target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Delay fade. Cross button.
Delay of game, offense.
What was that, ref?
So they accept the
call.
penalty, of course,
Rams
and push the
option.
offense backwards a bit.
TW zone WK.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Going right back to Akers. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Devon Hamilton with the tackle. Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford.
Triangle button.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cooper Kupp halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Kickoff left.
Time on, set the kickoff.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Cover 1 hole. Sting pinch.
Ready! Blue check. Check white. Check pink. Opposite. Green.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
Entering
Mike
play
McGlinchey,
call.
the Notre
Coach
Dame man,
suggestion.
guilty on that
Cover
one.
1 robber. Cover 1 LB blitz.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Red, yellow, line, black swap.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
On the ball.
That's a gain of
Entering
6 on
play
the
call.
first down
Coach
run.
suggestions.
And there we saw one of the
There are 6
downsides of blitzing
categories.
during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your
Cover
gaps.
1
You don't
hole.
fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Cover 2 man. Over Storm Brave.
On the double.
2nd and 14. And Lance now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's brought down at the
Entering
24 after a gain of 4.
There are 2 categories.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Over Storm Brave is selected.
And that will be incomplete.
Entering
Well, this
play
first
call.
half has not
Coach
gone according to
suggestions.
plan
There
so
are 6
far, offensively
categories.
or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Matthew Stafford, the rest of the LA offense heading back out there. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
R1 button.
Here's Stafford.
R1 button.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
9 yards on the play and a 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Triangle
back
button.
To throw, Stafford.
Circle button.
And that one will fall incomplete.
Entering play call.
Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Entering play verticals.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
Square
Stafford.
Button. Square button. Triangle button.
Akers back-to-back catches. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
You have 30 options.
And sometimes when you see a running back lined up out wide, you think maybe he's just a decoy. But not in this case. He was lined up out wide to the left, turned into a primary receiver, and picked up a nice chunk of yardage.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll take the trip east to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Aaron Rodgers, as sharp as you can be throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. J.K. Dobbins, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Run inside. Defend outside run. Defend short. Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Left is selected.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Able to slither by. 87 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll go again here with Akers. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll get it inside the 20. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 double spot AHB zone WK.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the give, this is Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown.
Time on, set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Entering play call, coach suggestion, cover 1 hole, cover 1 MLB blitz.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And Lance going to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
Entering play call.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They run the option on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Entering play call. Cover 1 hole. Cover 3 scheme.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner.
Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Inside zone WK.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our 2nd half blowout material. On the handoff, it's Akers. 122 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Entering play call. Pod drag wheel. AHG inside zone. Pod zone fig jet.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, the hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred it.
Touchdown, Rams! Cooper Kupp with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
Entering play call. Kickoff middle. Kickoff left.
Time on, set to kick off.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Spread.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From just shy of midfield, Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Lance looking to throw it. Screen play, setting it up for Mitchell. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Spread.
To throw again on second down, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there dropping for a loss.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Entering play call. Cover 2 man. Silver shoe pinch.
Ready, ready.
Desperation time here. Lance. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. If whatever they're doing isn't working, he's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. 128 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Well executed there on second down. So do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working from the gun, Lance checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
Yeah. I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Spread.
Throwing again on second down. Lance. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Entering play call. Coach suggest cover 1 Joel.
This offense on third down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Cover 2 man.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Spread.
Yellow, lining, black swap.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance, the left side completion to Jones. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Lance again. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Check. Check white. Check pink.
To throw again on second down. Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. To throw, it's Lance. Flush to his right. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Cover 4 drop is selected.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones.
Entering play.
And this is going to be another first down.
Cover 1. Entering auto flip on pop-up. The eye will handle flipping your defensive play to best match the offense. Turn off auto flip. Keep using auto flip. Turn off. Keep using auto flip. Turn off auto flip. Keep using auto. Entering
Be
play
made at the
call.
Rams' 20-yard line.
7. You have 12 options. Cover 4 drop is
Now
selected.
here's a look for the end zone, but
Entering
that
play
one's going
call.
to wind up
Coach
incomplete.
suggestions.
That's
There are
coverage
6
you'd expect to see in a
categories.
tie game late. Not in a lopsided
Seam
game like
flat.
this. They are not letting up.
Lance looks to throw again. And this is going to be incomplete.
Entering
Well, it just
play
seems
call.
like all
Coach
game long there
suggestions.
hasn't been a lot of
Cover
sync
2 man.
quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the
SS
football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and
Spread.
receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same
Spread.
grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've
Entering
got to
play
find
call.
a way
Coach
to start matching each other's
Over
movements.
Storm Brave.
This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid, still pitching a shutout. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
Inside
No doubt
zone
about it.
split.
This one was over
Inside
a while
zone.
ago.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Oh, good move. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Rams, their good start continues as they get their record up to
Good
4-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.
You have 5 options. Finish game is selected.
Alright, thanks for joining us for week 7 of Madden against the 49ers.
Entering player upgrades screen. You have 2 options. Jeremy Cowan. Entering attention pop. Yes. Entering attention pop up. 1 player was entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home.